Peace. So, in the book of Revelations, specifically chapter 6, it goes into, it talks about the sixth seal. You know what I'm saying? And we know and understand that those who finance the wars, the secret societies, the elite families, and so on and so forth, these bloodlines that we often hear about, that movies are made about, the Illuminati, these words that you hear about, you know, the Silent Brotherhood, or, you know, the Dark Brotherhood, or whatever you want to hear, or what you known or heard, these different secret societies that make up this place called America. Makes up the world, basically. It's a brotherhood. But we know and understand that they cause things to occur. They cause world events to occur. These world events, in turn, affect the world and the people, the common people who live inside of the different countries and places that these different types of rituals take place. Because everything that they do is based on a ritualistic form or pattern. So when we're thinking about these elites, and we're thinking about right now with politics and what's going on with Donald Trump, North Korea, and so on and so forth, and we're at the possibility of a possible war, if anything of that nature occurs, we're very close to that possibility. And we've been close to this possibility at other times. But the thing is that the people aren't prepared for what could really happen if a nuclear war broke out. Trust me, a 90-day food supply is not going to be enough. You understand? Water will not be enough because it's going to be a very bad situation. But the thing is this, what happens is that the elites don't take into consideration the people. The common people who make up the world. They make up 1%. They don't take into consideration us or humanity. They use humanity as a bargaining chip for their own power. You know what I'm saying? For their own gain of power in you know, rule and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? Because they all seek power. They all want to conquer and to rule and to control the resources. Whoever controls the law, land, air, water, controls the humanity, controls the resources. They can implement whatever they want to implement. Now, the thing is this, if they implement war right now, in this day and time, at this particular moment, if war was to occur, these elites would have somewhere to go to be safe. And a lot of them have built homes inside the earth. It's a fact. You can see it advertised on YouTube, on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? You can buy a plot of land, or you can buy an old rocket shuttle, or you can buy an old bomb shelter, so on and so forth, and turn it into a house or whatever. And then you have the elites who are actually building their homes inside of mountains. Inside of the mountain, not on the mountain, but inside of it, you know, a cave or whatever. You go, you know, you find an opening into the mountain, or create an opening into the mountain, and you go in, clear the inside of the mountain out, tunnels or whatever, and you create a city. You know what I'm saying? And these things occur. The elites have these things. They have these things in the mountain. They have these things in the inner earth. You know what I'm saying? The same place, they have a thing right now where, you know how rockets, missiles shoot out of the ground. They shoot out. They come out of a missile. They raise out of the ground. And then they come out of like a long missile thing, and they shoot off into the air. They are actually selling those things to quote unquote the elite to build homes. They're building like projects, or what you would call skyscrapers, but they're going into the earth, not out of the earth, but they're going into the earth, and they're building homes inside of these things. So they have homes inside the earth, you know what I'm saying? And they have homes under the earth, and they have homes inside of the earth, inside the inner mountains, building these inner cities, which have been going on forever. So why am I even talking about this? I'm talking about this because, you know what I'm saying, this is prophecy. You understand what I'm saying? And I say the troublemaker never has anywhere to run. You know what I'm saying? No matter how much trouble they start or they do, they can't run from it. See, and the reason they're running is because they know that it's trouble. They know that it's wicked. They know that it's evil, and they're trying to save themselves from it in the process. But you can't save yourself from the wickedness that you produce and create, because there's a thing called karma. Karma works from a natural manifest. You know You understand what I'm saying? It's a natural element of the way the universe is designed. The universe has its own laws, which also attribute and connect with human beings. And when human beings break universal laws, there's a consequence for the universal law. So what I'm talking about right now, about these elites trying to get themselves away from the destruction, read the book of Revelations, chapter 6, specifically chapter 6, verses 12 through 16. It speaks directly to exactly what I'm talking about. And I didn't even recognize it until today when a brother read a piece of it to me. I said, yeah, exactly, brother. That's what they're trying to do. That's what they're doing. They built these things inside the earth. But guess what? The earth is going to fall on them. They're not going to be successful either. And he said, hold up, brother, hold up. That's exactly what it says next. So the thing is, it caught me by surprise that we was even building on it and where I was going with it. And it's being backed up by scripture. You see what I'm saying? I found that interesting, and it's backing it up specifically. So I want you to take a look at that particular chapter, the book of Revelations, chapter 6, verses 12 through 16. And it's dealing specifically with the opening of the sixth seal. You see what I'm saying? So we're witnessing the opening of the sixth seal in this particular book of Revelations, which is dealing with prophecy. It's not dealing with what's happening at that time period. What's being witnessed in this particular revelation is what's going to happen in another time. You know what I'm saying? So we are in that particular time that this prophecy is discussing. So when you read this particular chapter in these particular ayats of verses, you'll see exactly what I'm saying. So Allah is the best of planners. You can't plan wickedness and not recognize that the Almighty is also there while you're planning. You see what I'm saying? So whenever it's 12 in the room, it's 13. Whenever it's 13 in the room, it's 14. Whenever it's 3 in the room, it's 4. Whenever it's 6 in the room, it's 7. Because the Almighty is always there. That energy, that structure is always there. That force is always in existence. You see what I'm saying? So it's going to always do what is naturally right because the universe has laws. And when you go against the laws of the universe, and most times these are secret societies and these elitist families and so on and so forth, they go against the very laws of nature. That's why they will never really succeed in their plans. They get some successes, but they never get what they are actually trying to get. Because the universe is the best of planners. Allah is the best of planners, and you can't beat the creator. How can you beat the very one who sends the thought? Creation is a made up, creation is a thought manifest. Creation is Allah's thought made manifest. This is a thought. So how can the thought be greater than the sender of the thought? That's the whole point. And that's where the European falls short. You see what I'm saying? They take on the ideology of a deity. They become a god. They don't give recognition to a most high. They become the deity. You see what I'm saying? And in that process, that is where they go and fall short. That's where they fall short. It's nothing wrong with being the deity when you recognize that you are the deity in the image of the great deity. You see what I'm saying? Not that you are just the deity. So with all of that tricking and jiving that they trying to do and move into these mountains and move into the inner earth and hide themselves from the nuclear war, it's not going to happen. They're going to lose, and they've always lost. So again, read the book of Revelations, chapter 6, verse 12 through 16. Check that out. Holla back at me. Peace.